Yo, YouTube, what it do? You already know the vibes. Got another reaction for y'all. This time you got why butterflies are not your friend, but some sharks are. I don't know, but y'all already know this dude, Casual Geographics videos are bangers, so not gonna waste no time with the intro. Let's get to it. Hit that sub button if you want to support me, or just watch more of my videos. I appreciate it regardless, doesn't matter. Either way, let's get to it.
Butterflies have been known to drink blood, and that's honestly not even the worst part. Butterflies will do this weird ass thing called mud puddling, and basically it's when they try to suck the nutrients out of any organic matter. Which is why these necroflies will suck the blood from the bodies of animals that have already tapped out of life.
Look,
There's a species of butterfly in Spain that is attracted to the smell of a fresh corpse, and they'll pull up to the body just to get a taste.
I could look at a lot of gore, you feel me?
Literal deuces
but
on
when
the
there's
ground.
a lot of blood
Some
or
will
just
even drink the tears
something
of other
like
animals,
bleeding,
like
like when you
birds or
see
reptiles
something
like
bleeding,
turtles.
that makes me
There's even a
squeamish
type
as
of
hell.
butterfly that'll go
I don't know
out of
why.
its way to irritate the eyes of a turtle and came in to force them to tear up just so they can drink the tears for minerals. And because they don't discriminate, they'll
That's
do it to you
demon
too.
time.
In fact, tear up just so they can drink the tears for minerals.
They get on there
Because
to
they
make
don't
them tear up
discriminate, they'll
just so
do
they
it
can
to you
drink
too.
that.
In fact, there are some
Nah, son.
butterflies that are attracted to human sweat.
Yeah, they gonna get murked
So
doing that to
unrelated
me.
fact, most of a butterfly's taste buds are on its feet. So the next time a butterfly lands on your hand and makes you feel special, just know he's using you. Once he gets his taste, he'll just leave you and move on to the next. Because butterflies are just boys with wings. Let's talk about the bird that drinks literal blood. This is a vampire finch. This tiny lure is found only on the islands of the Galapagos. The vampire finch will peck at larger
What is
birds
good with
like
that
the-
island and finches?
I don't think guidelines will let me say this bird's name, but I'm gonna let the
Why they don't go
commentators
nowhere
know.
else?
These finches will peck at the birds until eventually the skin breaks and blood starts
I get it.
oozing
It's
out,
the,
which they
it's the
will drink.
habitat. I'm just
Scientists
making
believe it
jokes.
started because the finches
still.
would eat the parasites off the birds but accidentally break skin and draw blood in the process. But then they started drinking the homemade Kool-Aid and decided to make it culture. So now they just see bigger birds as flying blood banks. Doesn't really hurt the bird that it's getting it from, and the vampire finch gets free calories to keep it alive during a drought. It's not the only thing that can drink blood without a law degree. Some bats and
That's just,
butterflies
I don't know.
get
I
the
don't like
same
that.
type
That
of
shit
time.
makes me
The
uncomfortable.
more you know.
This video, nah, I'm sorry. I need to know what kind of, that cannot just be a rat, bro.
Okay, so two things. One, that's not a rat.
Thank
It's
you.
a South American flavored rodent called a pacarana. It's like a
Okay,
travel-sized
thank you.
capybara. And two,
His buddy
pacarans
was
have really
made-
sensitive
he was
skin,
scrubbing,
soap
bro.
on it removes essential oils from it. So best case, the soap is just
Nigga, that's literally what happens to us, though. That's why you're not supposed to shower every day, or at least, well, yeah, you're not really supposed to shower with hot water every day. Like, you could use warm and wash up at the sink if you want or some shit, but you're not supposed to just burn your fucking skin every time.
mildly irritating to him. Worst case, this not a rat is in legitimate pain and is desperately trying to get it off. Either way, it's not a good look. Not to mention, if that soap isn't
But he don't
pet
want
friendly,
that.
let's
He don't
be
want
real,
that
it
pain.
probably isn't. There's a good chance it could be burning its skin. Because I definitely just ruined this video for y'all, here's a pacarana cleaning itself but without the soap.
I mean, it looked chill, so if it was really burning, unless it doesn't have pain receptors, I'm pretty sure that shit was good, bro. That's so cool to see them use their hands like that, because most animals don't do that.
It's not a rat, it's a South American rodent known as a pacarana. It's basically
Or not
an
hands, I
economy-sized
don't know what they're
capybara.
called.
And
Whatever
despite
they're
what
called.
you might think, they're super clean and will spend hours washing themselves every single day, which is a lot better than some people. They can tip the scales at over 30 pounds, making them as heavy as the average 2-year-old. They're the third heaviest rodent behind beavers and a walking vibe check.
Oh, I thought there was
You've probably
people
never
sitting
seen
on
them before
that.
because
I wasn't
they're
really
usually
looking at
active
it at
night, and
first.
There's only few places in the world you can find them. But your best chance
I was about to say,
would be
nah,
one
yeah,
way to
nope.
Peru, Bolivia, or Venezuela. Sometimes they get put on a shirt by farmers that see them as
Nah,
pets,
yo,
but a
that's
lot of
lit.
people
I'm
have
sorry,
pets
that's
because
lit.
They're low maintenance, quiet, and friendly towards humans when raised by them. They're cute now, but 2 million years ago there was a giga version of them that grew to 5 feet long and could be in the same weight class as a car at up to 3,500 pounds. And this hippo rat was estimated to have a bite force 3 times stronger than tigers today. Lucky for the world, they were in our vegans that eat mostly fruits, leaves, and plant stems.
That's good. Nah, they really be chilling, bro. That's so lit. Like, they be vibing as long as you
You'll
raise them.
never
Look like.
guess what this is. So the story goes, an Australian homeowner nearly caught a heart attack when she saw a hairy foot with large claws poking out of her bathroom ceiling. And of course, it's Australia, so you kinda have to expect the worst. What she didn't expect was a Pokemon. The intruder turned out to be a brush-tailed possum. If you called him Pikachu, nobody would blame you. And even though it looks like a beach blonde squirrel, as a marsupial, it's more related to kangaroos and koalas.
If you try,
They're
like, that's
normally
pretty.
not this
I'm
color.
pretty sure
Golden
that's where they
brush-tails
got
only
the
exist
idea
because
from.
of a genetic mutation that causes low levels of the pigment melanin, which is why these unseasoned possums look fresh out the Pokeball. It's not even the first time. They have a habit
Looks
of
like a damn
constantly
vanilla
breaking
wafer.
and
God
entering.
damn.
One brush-tailed possum broke into an Australian bakery and proceeded to eat as many pastries as his stomach would allow before anyone could stop him. This is how they found him. Oh, he's guilty, but he regrets nothing.
Nah, that's OD. He was like, ooh, I finally got in this bit.
This picture
What
looks
the
creepy,
fuck?
but there's actually a pretty heartwarming story behind it.
Is that
Rick
a tongue,
Anderson
though?
is an
What is
Australian
that?
diver who's been exploring the ocean off New South Wales for more than 30 years.
Shoulders.
One day he was diving as usual when a shark approached him.
My job
The shark
is
was a
destroying
harmless
my
baby
body,
Fort Jackson
bro.
shark that swam right up to
I
him.
gotta go to
Rick didn't make any
doctor
sudden
soon.
moves to avoid
This
scaring her.
ridiculous.
Yeah, the shark's a girl. Started to pat her and even cradle her in his arms. Yeah, we are still talking about a shark. Also, this was 7 years ago. Now every time Rick enters the water, the shark
Oh, that's
will
a
immediately
shark,
rush
okay.
over to him and brush against his legs. And when he holds out his arms, the shark takes it as an invitation to lay on them. In the 7 years he's known her, the shark went from a 6-inch pup to a 6-foot adult. Despite this, they're still able to instantly recognize each other. He's basically his dog and acts like it too. Doesn't even like feed her or anything, the shark's just actively choosing to be around him. Just like you'd expect from any healthy long-term relationship, she's even met his family. Rick eventually introduced his 3 kids to the shark.
That's
who
so
got a
nice.
hug
Like,
from
it's just be sitting in
Moral
there
of
just
this
waiting
video,
for this guy.
sharks are
Like,
really just the pit bulls of the ocean.
Meet the real life cat.
nah, like, it's so interesting to think about that. Like, obviously, certain sharks are just feral and they'll probably just fuck you up, you know. Most of them probably won't bother you as long as you don't, you know, make too much of a scene or whatever. But still, it's just like to think that you could just raise them. Like, I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's not like dogs and cats and any other domesticated animals like horses or whatever. It's not like they're the only ones that can learn and, you know, be domesticated to an extent. But it's just like, it's nice to see that. You don't usually see
Cat
that
dog.
with animals like a shark.
So there's
is
actually
that?
a story behind this.
You look
Basically, It was
precious.
one fine day with a wolf and a purr. This baby was born.
A
and as
wolf
you'd
and a
expect-
what?
There's a story behind this. Basically, it was one fine day with a wolf and a purr. This baby was born, and as you'd expect, it
What?
caused quite a stir. You're a goat if you got that reference. but
Wolf and
nah,
a
it's
what?
One of the oldest and rarest dog breeds in the world, the Hmong dog. It's an
The
ancient
Hmong?
dog that was believed to be first bred by an ethnic group of people from China and Southeast Asia known as the Hmong tribe. And this cat dog was really popular in the mountainous regions of Vietnam, where they were used as hunting partners and guardians. Since most believe this dog happened when a native dog was bred with a jungle wolf, they still retained a lot of their hunting instincts. Which means even though they look like the product of a really questionable one-night stand, they'll chase and erase any cats they run into.
Really
Like, for real, You
questionable.
don't want them around cats, they will always be on sight. Because they were used to hunt, they're really trainable to the point where even the Vietnamese police will use them for police stuff, I guess. And because they're so rare, getting a purebred Hmong can make your wallet at least $1,000 lighter. For a purebred puppy, your kids might not go to college. Because they were spawned in the cold, rainy mountains, they have a thick fur coat to keep them warm, and probably the reason why they're so expensive. Also, you might know this guy. This little dude from Vietnam, his name is Steven. He's actually a crossbreed between Hmong, and I'm actually not sure what else he is. All I know is that I would commit very much first degree for him.
Like he
no
built like
parole,
a
no
pit
questions
damn
asked.
near.
Here's a fact you definitely didn't ask
Shit.
for. Tadpoles will scream underwater to avoid getting eaten by cannibals. This is an Argentinian wide-mouthed frog, and it's the most ambitious cannibal in the world. Not only will they go out of their way to eat their own kind, wide-mouths have been known to try swallowing frogs physically bigger than they are, even if it means choking to death. In fact, these frogs will keep shoving food down their throats until their stomach rips open. And it turns out even tadpoles will eat the babies of other species of frogs. But they don't eat each other. These tadpoles will let out a short but high-pitched scream whenever they come into contact with another tadpole that's probably trying to take them off the senses. And scientists believe that scream
So
is the
demon
only thing
type
stopping
frog,
the
huh?
bigger tadpoles from
Or did he say
fighting
toad?
all their siblings. Which is why if you touch one of these tadpoles with
Pretty
an
sure he
object
said
like a
frog.
spatula, it'll literally
Toads don't
scream
even
for
look
its
like that.
life. But of course, once they're adults, no amount of screaming will stop him from bundying his entire family reunion. Because I could be wrong, but this is the only animal in the world that'll literally unalive itself just by overeating. Except, nah, I'm not going there. Some of these frogs will
Except
Pac-Man
what?
everything just by overeating. Except, nah, I'm not going there.
Oh, he's talking. He's talking about people with eating disorders, people who just eat until they just die from bad health. You feel me? And it might not even be a disorder. Some people just don't know that they're eating badly, or how fucked up they are, or just be like that.
Some of these frogs will Pac-Man everything until the buildup of fat causes them to go blind. Oh, and then they
what?
until the buildup of fat causes them to go blind. Oh, and then they
Is this the clip? Like, how you gonna say that?
That right there is the heaviest flying thing on the planet. It's called a Cory bustard. They're found in Africa, and the biggest ones can tip the scales at over 40 pounds. It's like a 5-year-old being able to fly. When they want to attract a mate, they make this loud booming call. When they want to flex on you, they sound just like Bowser.
See. Hold up. Maybe it's just me. I don't like wild animals. I don't trust them. I just don't give. I don't hate them or anything. I wouldn't try to hurt them, nothing like that. But I do not fuck with them shits. So if I ever saw that bird, I'm not going anywhere near it. I don't care. And the fact that it's that heavy and it can fly, bro, even if it can't fly that fast, I don't care. Just don't care. I would never approach that. Like, why? And some of them were picking it up. Like, was it dead? I'm never doing that. I don't care if it's friendly. Not doing it. Sorry. Birds is just something I just don't want to touch.
This Saharan steroid goose has a gullet pouch that inflates like a white balloon, which they use to make those mating calls while also dancing for female validation. Sometimes two male busters will square up and spend an hour smashing their bodies into one another while also trying to stab their rival until one eventually taps out. The winner gets all the females in the area, and he'll get every last one of them pregnant.
But aren't they getting? They don't like. Yo, question. I know I keep posing. Like, I'm sorry, but I just got a question, yo. If anybody makes it this far, and you know, we make it this far, just comment the answer if you know. But like, I could just Google it, but I don't care. Anyways, like, don't these animals get wounded when they fight each other? Like, y'all don't you be getting poked up too? Like, you ain't leaking? Like, or did it just heal? Like, I don't get that. They be getting fucked up. Even though they win the fight, like, how you just brush that shit off? Like, they be stabbing each other, like, really wilding. Like, it's not like when humans fight and you just hitting each other in the body, face. You feel me? Unless you're using a weapon, but like, even then, you can still kill somebody. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy. They just walk away like nothing happened.
Basically, every buster's a bastard. Also, this African bush tweety can have a wingspan of over 9 feet, and apparently they have no fear of humans.
I mean, do they attack humans, though?
Since they're loudest in the morning, being neighbors with one means you wake up.
If they do, I'm kicking that nigga in the face, bro. I'm sorry.
You can probably thank one animal for it.
That's why I'm not going to Australia, bro. If I do, I'm not going anywhere to the wild. It's got to be a city area, no animals. Sorry.
No, seriously, it actually happened. Buddy was too poor to go to the YMCA, so after being inspired during was Charles Atlas. As a kid, he was a scrawny 97-pound weakling that would get sand kicked in his face. No, seriously, it actually happened. Buddy was too poor to go to the YMCA, so after being inspired during a trip to the zoo, he came up with his own workouts based on dynamic tension. Basically, the idea of pitting one muscle against another. Not only did Mr. Atlas become a walking vibe check, he would go on to sell his workout program to millions. And fun fact, one of his clients was David Prowse, aka the dude that played Darth Vader. All this clout meant Charles Atlas became known as the grandfather of the modern fitness and bodybuilding industry.
Imagine being that elite that you figured that out.
He visited a zoo where he was inspired by.
That's a pioneer, right? Yeah!
Strong
ass lions. I mean, I said lion, tigers. God damn.
Actually, another fun fact: a tiger's legs are so strong that they can remain standing even when they're dead. Now, the more you know. Here's how rats got banned from an entire part of Canada. Alberta's the only place in the world inhabited
ever want to run into a tiger.
Population of rats, and rats are forbidden.
Even though they don't attack from the front most of the time, I don't care.
He and his entire bloodline will be erased with extreme prejudice. It all started when the Alberta government decided they were not having that.
That dude looked like the white Ice Cube
and declared war on them.
When he had the long hair going down with the curls.
They claimed rats to be the biggest threat to national security, and so created the Rat Control Program. Like, they would have conferences on how to stop rats from ratting. 2,000 posters and 1,500 pamphlets were passed around railroad stations, post offices, schools, basically anywhere you could see them. The US had a war on terrorism, but Alberta had a war on rodents. Any population of Jerrys that were discovered were quickly removed from the census with zero discrimination. Any rat that passed the Alberta-Saskatchewan border was basically signing a death certificate. Of course, this meant pet rats were very illegal, and possession of one could make your wallet a $5,000 fine lighter. I cannot express enough how on-site they were about this. In 2004, someone released 38 rats in Calgary, but by the time officers arrived, yes, officers were called, it was that serious. The rats were already past tense by residents armed with brooms, 2x4s, and shovels, and whoever did it was promised a $190,000 fine. They were not f***ing around. Whoever did it serious, at least 38 rats in Calgary, but by the time officers arrived, they were. Possession of one could make your wallet a $5,000 fine lighter. I cannot express enough how on-site they were about this. In 2004, someone released 38 rats in Calgary.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Fuck rats.
Yes, officers were called. It was that serious.
The yes, it really was.
By residents armed with brooms, 2x4s, and shovels, and whoever
Hell
did it was
yeah. Demon Tom, nigga.
Fine. They were not f***ing around. There's even a hotline you can call in case you see a rat. After 70 years of rat genocide, Alberta is now the only place on the planet where you can find people, but almost no rats whatsoever.
That's what.
If a rat is sighted, it's almost guaranteed to make the system.
Come on, man. Like, let's do this. Let's do this. The fuck? Bro, there's nobody likes rats. Pet rats? Fine, bro. I don't want a pet rat, but if you want one, that's cool. Like the pet ones, like that one, those ones, fine. But these filthy motherfuckers, like, bro, I was walking home, my nigga. I'm telling you, the rat. I'm trying to think of something I could show y'all. Yo, let me show y'all my speaker. You see my hand? See my hand? The shit was bigger than this fucking speaker. Fuck out of here, bro. Run right past my foot. Nah, fuck out of here. They gotta go.
Moral of this video: don't be bringing that rat over there. They not having it.
Nigga, I won't. Trust me. I might pull up. Damn. But yo, that video was fantastic. I appreciate you, Casual Geographic. This dude is clutch. He don't post like that frequently, which I don't blame him. Like, you know, he gonna run out of content if he does. But like, nonetheless, like I appreciate. He blew up fast too. Like, wasn't he on TikTok? Are these videos still on TikTok, or is he just recording them for YouTube now? Like, he legit didn't he start out with earphones and a fucking earphone mic? Yo, that's really crazy to me. Like, yo, I gotta find some sort of skill or talent or whatever I got, because I'm trying to blow up, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. But nonetheless, yo, if you like the video, hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Anybody who made it this far. Sub if you want to see more content. As always, please have a nice day. Appreciate you.